Think of a typical Tuesday. You have 6 hours of classes, then a towering stack of heavy homework. Your friends are texting you to hang out. Your parents expect you to finish your chores. You have practice in an hour, and your body is begging for 12 hours of sleep. The weight is massive. While many blame the sheer number of responsibilities for their anxiety, the real pressure builds from the disorganized, friction-heavy way those tasks are managed. When you try to do your homework while scrolling through your phone and pretending to listen to your parents, you create what engineers call a systemic bottleneck. Your brain is forced to rapidly switch context back and forth. You generate cognitive friction, slowing down every single task and burning twice the energy. Human brains fail when treated as infinite processing engines. Relying on raw willpower to survive your teenage years guarantees exhaustion. To handle the load, you have to engineer a stable system. We tend to look at top-performing students and assume they possess an hidden genius. But look at the actual mechanics of how they operate. Take a typical chaotic student. They study randomly, rely on their memory to track deadlines, stay up past midnight, and tell themselves they will finish their work tomorrow. They operate in a state of constant emergency. Student B makes a simple plan. They study a little daily, get enough sleep, and keep track of tasks. Who wins? Obviously student B, not because they're smarter, because they're organized. When you stop trying to brute force your schedule and start distributing the weight evenly across your week, the friction disappears. Managing your life stops being a crisis. Honestly, it's too easy, bro. Long-term success is dictated by the efficiency of your structural habits, not the level of your raw intelligence. This diagram represents your daily energy divided into 5 buckets: school, family, friends, hobbies, and yourself. A common structural failure is disproportionate allocation. You pour every drop of time into studying, ignoring friends and exercise. 4 buckets stay dry, while the academic bucket overflows. The localized weight becomes too severe, the foundation cracks, and the entire system collapses. We call this burnout. To maintain structural equilibrium, distribute your time. 4 hours for schoolwork, 30 minutes with family, an hour for friends, an hour for a hobby, 30 minutes to recharge. The platform remains stable. True stability comes from this holistic equilibrium across all areas of life, rather than hyper-focusing on a single metric of success. Even with a perfect system, you face structural leaks. The most severe leak, draining resources from your daily schedule, is sitting in your pocket. This vortex represents time blindness. You open an app intending to watch a single 30-second video. The algorithm removes all friction and external time cues. Before your brain registers a break in the pattern, 3 hours of your day vanish. To plug this leak, use a strict rule of engagement. Mandate productive output first. Put the phone away, finish your homework, then retrieve the device. Cutting off this primary time thief instantly generates an abundance of free hours you didn't know you possessed. There is a secondary trap that inflates the total weight your system has to carry, the yes trap. This occurs when chronic people-pleasing adds unnecessary load to your schedule. Friend says, let's play games. You say yes. Another friend says, let's go out. You say yes. Someone else asks, can you help me? You say yes. Then your homework starts crying in the corner. You don't have to say yes all the time. Sometimes you can say maybe later or not right now. Protecting your time ensures the integrity of your primary commitments. Mastering these boundaries is another reason why it's too easy, bro. We've looked at managing the external load, the tasks, the buckets, the schedule. Now we must address the internal power source tasked with carrying it, you. This diagram displays your central nervous system as a main battery. You can engineer a perfectly balanced schedule, but if your battery hits 0%, every connection goes dark. The system crashes. To maintain power, you require specific inputs: sleep, hydration, movement, and mental breaks. Treat self-care as a mechanical requirement for peak operation. Sleep and hydration are baseline inputs that allow your brain to process tasks in your buckets. Let's map this into a chronological formula. School dominates your morning. Afternoons are reserved for executing homework. Output before input. With the heavy lifting done, your evening opens up for family connection. The night shifts to hobbies or friends. Finally, you institute a mandatory pre-bed relaxation period to power down the nervous system. Execution requires only simple and quiet consistency. You don't need expensive life coaching or complex tracking tools to make this work. Mastering the teenage years comes down to doing the important things at the correct time. Balance your school, your family, your friends, and your hobbies. Stick to the blueprint, and you'll realize it's too easy, bro.